Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. Are you ready to go? LB, are you ready to go? Nikki, you ready to go?
Yes.
We're going to do this. Laura, you ready to go? All right, we're going to do it. We're going to kill it.
Are you ready?
Every one of us. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. We are going to kill it.
Yes.
What we are having is the Josh Cab. And we are having the Josh Cab because I was in charge of picking the wine, and I really like cabs. And also, this is a very basic cab, and I'm a basic person.
This is really good. I like
this.
Josh
Is
wine.
why I went with this.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone come up with a New Year's resolution? Does anyone do resolutions?
So I do this whole thing for New Year's, but I don't I just enhance what I'm doing already. I don't be like, oh, I'm gonna start doing this or I'm gonna whatever, which I kind of did sort of anyway. So yeah, but no.
What did you enhance?
My different goals. So have you heard of Rachel Brathen? She's a yoga girl.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's been 4 or 5 years I've been following her practice. So you release the year before, and then you set intentions for the next year. So
how do you release the year before?
So go through and I journal through it, but you have just different prompts of what was the best parts, what's the worst parts, what is the hardest parts, what do you want to bring into next year, what do you want to leave, what did you accomplish, what didn't you accomplish. So you go through this whole thing that was linked to my professional stuff, and so I had to get rid of those expectations and blah blah. So anyway, so I picked a word for the year, so it's not really a resolution, but it's but anyway, one of the things that Preston and I have done these past 2 Sundays was spend a little time cleaning. So we'd just vacuum and sweep, and then today we worked on a room, so we just spent a few minutes cleaning. Which we have 2 dogs, they shed.
Mm-hmm.
That's just disgusting. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, and then I just enhanced my goals. Yeah.
Did y'all not clean before? I'm confused.
No, I mean it would just be maybe monthly or I mean it's also a busy time of the year. But
so now it's planned.
Weekly plan.
Okay.
We're gonna vacuum for sure. We're not gonna let this be 3 weeks, and just because we have our dogs. So,
right.
So, yeah.
So what's your word for the year?
Peace.
Oh, I like it.
It was gonna be balance, but I felt like peace helped with that. Just
yeah.
kind of encompass that, because last year was the opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what's gonna bring this year? But I'm just bringing totally different energy.
Yeah. No, I feel that peace is definitely the goal.
Yeah. And I've already felt it. I've faced some things out better for myself. Not put myself in situations where they don't need to be in.
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah. What about y'all?
What is the opposite of procrastination? Is there a word for that?
Proactive.
Proactive is
being proactive is what I'm trying to do this year.
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
have cleaned out my closet this year so far. So we're halfway into January. I've cleaned out my closet, Piper's closet, and I cleaned that ceiling fan.
Nice.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Most importantly, you cleaned that ceiling.
It's not all about cleaning, but not waiting to the last second to do stuff is what I'm trying not to do.
Yes.
Be procrastinating.
Mm-hmm.
But no joke, we cleaned out Piper's closet on last Sunday. 7 garbage bags full of clothes that we took to TES.
Wow.
So much stuff. I was I don't know how you have all of this in your room. It's got to feel better.
You're how does it fit?
Down.
What about y'all?
I didn't really make any New Year's resolutions. I don't know. I've never been big on, making a New Year's resolution of I'm going to work out 3 times a week, because I'm not unless I want to.
Yeah.
And if I want to, I'll do it.
Right.
But I'd say what I'm trying to do this year is do more of letting go of my expectations for every situation.
Preach.
Let go of expectations that a vacation has to be perfect and go flawlessly, and let go of everything, work has to be perfect, and every milestone's gonna hit exactly when I want it to hit, how I think it should hit, and everything. I think especially as a pretty type A person and a mom, you can get humbled very quickly.
Oh my god.
And sometimes your girl needs to be humbled, and that's okay. And so I think last year I got a bit humbled.
Yes. Yeah.
And now this year I need to live and let live a little bit more than I usually do, and that's tough for me. So a lot of times I do have to remind myself of the importance of that.
For sure. Yeah, that's one thing I let go is like high expectations of myself. It's like,
right.
Why? Yeah, that's hard.
Yes, in fact, when we were talking about this podcast, Nikki said that I should do a podcast is how this whole thing kicked off. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, good morning, everyone. I tried gentle parenting. We're 10 minutes in. It did not work. Like, that's what my podcast would be by myself. Like I said, we were eating, fruit and breakfast meats and a biscuit for breakfast this morning, and instead we're having yogurt smoothies and Nutri-Grain bars.
But you make it through it.
Yeah. The important thing is that everybody feels loved and
for
gets
sure.
where they're supposed to be going, right? That's the...
You know what? I made dinner tonight. It was supposed to be mashed potatoes. I was supposed to cook a vegetable to go with it, and I made a pork loin.
You just made the mashed potatoes, didn't you?
I just ate the mashed potatoes. The pork loin looked nasty. I don't know what that was
I'm
about.
not a fan of pork loin.
Yeah, it looked gross, and I was like, I can't eat that. Piper came in and looked at it and said, "Can I have a Lunchable?" And I was like, yes. Like, neither of us ate.
See, that's a great example of letting go of expectations, right? Because you expected to eat that pork loin.
I did. I expect, I'm trying to, actually cook meals and do, and, I just look at it, and, I don't know what it is about meat sometimes, but if it just doesn't look right, I don't mind meat. I like meat, but,
if it doesn't look right, I can't eat it.
Yeah. She can't eat meat off a bone.
Yeah.
I can't eat meat off a bone.
No.
You either?
No, I
so
don't
you've never
meat.
had fried chicken?
I've had fried chicken. I don't like pulling the meat off the bone.
That's what I explained to you, too. Like, you said your goal was to make me have it. I've had it. I don't like it. It makes me feel cannibalistic. Like, they have bones. I have bones. We're not doing
stuff
that.
in there. Like, you don't like, and it's different
grizzly.
colors.
What's wrong with them? There's nothing like sucking a chicken wing down.
I don't like chicken wings because I don't like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with
Y'all
you.
way
It's
too
different
picky about what
colors.
goes in your
It's
mouth.
grizzly.
I'm just saying. This is good.
Some of us have high expectations.
Right? You eat meat off a bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
And if it's a situation where I have to, there's absolutely nothing else and I'm hungry,
Sure,
I will, but I'm not happy about it. It's
now
not
I use a
that's fun for
fork
me.
with it, though.
Yeah.
I like to it whenever.
You don't gnaw on it? You don't gnaw on the bone?
No, not really.
No.
But I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I prefer to get a fork and
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I don't even want to look at it. Like, I'm just like, I'll go somewhere else.
I don't even like raw meat. I don't like cooking raw meat. I don't like touching it. I don't like when you have chicken and you're supposed to do stuff with it. I don't like doing that. I don't like touching it.
And then you would hate making meatloaf.
Yeah, well,
I don't even eat
ground
meatloaf.
actually hamburger meat, ground hamburger meat, that kind of stuff. I don't mind as much as chicken meat with that thing that's in the Oh yeah,
you gotta just cut that off.
Yeah, that's just gross.
What do you eat?
No, I definitely trim.
I
the
eat
fat
a lot
off
of
my
mashed
chicken
potatoes.
breasts. Yeah.
And it needs to be real mashed potatoes. I actually like.
Oh, you don't do
No.
Oh, I taught Dustin how to make mashed potatoes. Now he thinks he's just chef. But the way he makes mashed potatoes is heating up water and stirring with the fork.
Yeah.
Instant mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
No, like today, I peeled the potatoes.
No, that's
I
way
cut
too
them
much
up.
work.
It's not
It
that
tastes
much.
the same.
It does not
for
taste the
fries.
same. It's the difference between eating flakes and potatoes.
Yeah, but the flakes get bigger.
It gets bigger in your mouth.
I'm just not as picky as you guys, obviously.
Clearly, I'm not picky, but
They're just preferences.
yeah, I'm not a huge meat eater. I will eat if I don't have to cook the chicken, if I don't have to cook the I don't ground hamburger meat is about the only thing I don't mind, but I don't like having to brown it because that's just too much work.
That is my number one favorite smell in the world.
Brown hamburger
Frying
meat.
hamburger meat.
Interesting.
My son's favorite smell is gas. We're all weird in my family, but
What kind of gas?
just gas. When I pump gas. Oh, Mom, I love it when you pump gas. It's I don't think that's normal, Dustin.
Well, my 6-year-old's like, oh, this Sharpie smells good. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm right there with you then.
But I want to be like, yes, it does, don't it? Put it down.
Yeah, so hamburger meat fry. It's just the best smell in the world to me.
So how often do y'all cook? Because
I don't cook.
Okay.
Matt does all the cooking.
Uh-huh.
Dustin does cooking too.
Uh-huh.
But I do not cook.
Uh-huh. So, okay, answer your question then. How often do you cook? I mean, typical week.
So
month,
we typically cook Monday through Thursday for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually for breakfast or lunch too on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go out the other meal and then go out for dinner the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Tom actually does a lot of the cooking, especially for like the standard stuff. Like sometimes I'll come in with like a new recipe.
Yeah.
But with Nikki,
thank you.
I don't really like to cook. I don't really like to cook raw meat too, not because of like I don't really love how it looks or anything like that, but ground beef doesn't make me nervous at all. Like I know how to cook ground beef, I know that it's done, but like everything else just kind of makes me nervous that I'm gonna like overcook it or undercook it. And so my big thing with like chicken now is that I cook it like in aluminum foil in the oven.
Okay.
And usually like with sauces and stuff,
Yeah,
that it doesn't get dry. It stays very moist. But that's how I like feel the best about chicken. But Tom likes to eat a lot of seafood.
Okay.
And because of how much he loves seafood and how easy it is to cook seafood,
Okay,
like that makes me
that's
really
true.
nervous.
Yeah.
And so he does a lot of the cooking on that. And so we'll get like a bunch of shrimp or a bunch of salmon, and he'll like make it a few different ways. And so we also when we cook here, we cook carb free.
Okay.
And so that's how we like try to be lower carb.
Okay.
And so we tend to do just like meat and vegetables.
Yeah.
And stuff, but we'll try to like make it different ways so you don't get burnt out on like, well, everything was just plain grilled chicken and broccoli all week, you know?
Yeah.
So we try to like keep it a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of the cooking unless like I come in with something.
Yeah. Try. Yeah.
That's how it is with us. Like Matt does all the cooking unless I order a pizza or something.
And then you do the cooking.
And then I'm responsible.
Well, and sometimes too, it depends on like who's going to pick up the kids, because like we work the same schedule, and so one person will go get the kids, and the other person comes home and starts cooking.
Right. Yes.
But he doesn't always work out of his office in here. Sometimes he works out of his office that's like an hour and 15 minutes away. So it just kind of depends on timing.
With Piper's schedule, there's not a lot of time for me to ever be able to cook dinner. So I try to cook dinner on Saturday and Sunday so we can have leftovers throughout the week, which usually results in Piper getting a lot of Jimmy John's and me having a sandwich or something like that. Like last week I cooked a vegetable, like I made a beef vegetable soup that I really enjoyed. Piper's not, like she's so picky about foods, and she's not really picky, but she's picky. Like she'll eat a jar of Nutella, but she will not eat like vegetable beef soup. So
I love some Nutella.
I know, right? So last week I had soup every night, and she either had a sandwich or Jimmy John's. Like it depends on if there's a basketball game, if there's like whatever there is. Like there's a basketball game, she has to eat early, so I have to go get her Jimmy John's, take her that, and then we come home and I'll eat that. It's hard with her schedule. Once they start doing stuff every single night of the week, you can't. There's no way you can actually cook a meal. So I tried. That's why, like, I tried to make a pork loin tonight so we could have it the rest of the week, and I was like, nobody's gonna eat this. So I may be eating mashed potatoes for the rest of the week. Who knows?
I gotcha.
What you?
Well, I've been doing I guess it's been a few months. I try to a meal prep on Sunday, so I'll get things prepped. I can just throw it in something. I did the cooking because I got the boys from like 2 to pressing it home. So I did miss the cooking.
But you prep the week, like Sunday before, so you do all the work, and then the day of, you just have to shove it in.
Shove it in there.
Shove it in.
Yeah, get it hot, you know. But this week I didn't meal prep because it was just like a weird week. Everything was just weird last week, so yeah. So, but I'll just usually like we'll freeze half the stuff we don't eat, so I'll pull it out, and I like to cook.
Oh, you enjoy it?
Yeah, while I'm drinking. Yes. So this first half of the month was hard. I was just very irritated when I was cooking. So like, yay! But no, I enjoy it.
I like to cook if there's not like a deadline on things.
I was gonna say if there's a pressure on it, it's like getting. I don't like it, but if it's like I like to like for me, I'm like this is my time to like just have a little fun.
I really
like
music. I really
try
like
new
the
things.
crock pot and just throwing stuff in the crock pot in the morning and knowing it's there in the evening.
Yeah, Yes, I do a lot of crock pot. In fact, we have.
Y'all have Instapot.
I'm scared of those.
Me too.
Yeah,
We've got,
I don't have one either.
everything possible. Matt's mom gets me all kinds of crap to like cook, and I don't cook. But we have like 7 different crock pot sizes.
She's trying to give you a sign.
Matt's like, yes, just give it to her. Maybe she'll try it.
Like one year we got mixing bowls, and Matt was like super excited, but they were for me. But I was just like, yay, Matt, mixing bowls. But so we have like 7 different crock pot sizes. We have Instapot. We have like the air fryer. We've got everything, but we don't use it. We just it's stored.
Yeah.
The Dutch oven. I don't even know what half the crap is.
That's cool.
That would have been good for my pork loin today.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of freaks me out. It's like, how can this be ready in 5 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like,
I think what I needed today for that pork loin was a meat thermometer.
oh, you
Like,
stay
that's
strapped.
what I was dicey.
I was about to say, when you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I stay strapped with a meat thermometer.
That's what I need.
Straight
I need
up.
one
Yeah.
of those.
Yes.
Because like I will cook some pork chops until they are leather. Because
salmon, I will fuck that shit up. Like, no doubt. It's like, that is not cooked. It's like, actually, it's leather.
I'm like, this is the best thing ever because I know it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if anyone has a good meat thermometer out here,
Well,
please submit that to us
Yes.
along with your electric corkscrew.
Yes. Yes.
We also are in the market for meat thermometers for sure.
Yes.
I know we've got at least 3.
Oh.
Do you really?
Yeah.
We got I probably got one in my stocking one year.
They'll come in handy. Yeah.
So Santa brought it to you because he knew too, huh?
I'm just never liked to cook. I don't want to cook. Like when we were kids, my sister was always the one with my mom, in the kitchen, learning to cook right beside her. I was just like, I'll eat the food. I will eat the shit out of some food.
Yeah.
But I am not cooking.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I've not always liked cooking, but now I will say I do meal replace. I do a smoothie for breakfast and lunch, so I'm highly motivated for dinner.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then you're like, well, I gotta cook this right now so we can eat it as soon as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like starving. Like it's not like I enjoy the meal replacements, but like I don't know, it's nice to have solid things in your mouth.
To like eat it.
We got out of Piper had cheer practice this afternoon. We got out of there and she looked at me and she goes, "So Jimmy John's?" And I'm like, "No, we're gonna go make this pork loin that no one's gonna eat."
Oh my!
Did you throw it out?
Yes.
Did it look?
It just didn't look good, and like.
Well, what was
Did
the
you
flavor?
cut it open and?
No.
Oh.
What was the flavor?
Well, I had like listened to like this podcast, and they were talking about doing it with like a brown sugar and.
Oh, you made your own. You didn't buy.
Yes.
You didn't buy a flavored one?
No, I didn't buy a flavored one.
Oh, always buy a flavored one.
Well, typically I do, but I was like, "Hell, I'm gonna try this thing." Yeah, and that didn't go well. So it just didn't look good, and I don't have a meat thermometer. And
y'all need. We got bring the ones that you have for our next meeting.
I started cooking at 5, and so by like 6:15, I was like, "Well, this has to be done because we're gonna have to leave in a little bit. So we're coming over here." And I was like, "This just doesn't look good. I don't know how long it's supposed to cook. There were no directions."
I don't know. I don't think an hour and 15 minutes is it though. I mean, that seems like a really
what
long
temp was it on the oven?
425. I'm just making up stuff in my head on how to do this. All I heard
425.
All I heard was a recipe on the radio of brown sugar and olive oil, and I'm like, well, that sounds great.
Ew.
That doesn't even sound good. Wait.
There were no instructions on
There were no instructions, so you put your oven on 425. Are you sure you cook like ever?
What's wrong with that?
I don't. That's the problem.
Is that too high?
That's really high.
Oh,
What
it should have been
that
350.
is gonna burn.
For how long?
I mean, and then like the outside's gonna get hot, and then the inside's gonna be like.
Well,
raw.
I think that's what I didn't even cut it open. I was like, that just doesn't look good.
Well, you probably made the right decision. Trust my instinct there.
Don't poison your
Yeah.
daughter.
It does not sound like it was gonna be good at all.
She wasn't gonna eat it. She took one look and said, "No, I'll have a lunch bowl."
All right, ladies, we have got to get some more wine, so let's cut to an ad break. Here's a word from our sponsors. This is Brianna with 4 Sips In. If you love candles, check out Great Bear Wax Company. Their scents are natural and great. The candles seem to last forever. They're all hand poured in small batches and made with soy wax. And the best part, here's a discount. Use code Brianna for 10% off your purchase on burnbear.com. Hope you enjoy.
That's the other thing. If it doesn't have directions like 1 this, 2 this, I can't do it. Like anything raw.
That's the only
like
way
chicken,
you cook. Like if you can read, you can cook.
like people know you get chicken. Like there's like basic things you do with chicken, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would have to call my mom and be like, what am I supposed to do with this chicken?
Yeah.
Like there's no directions on the chicken. I mean, there's no directions on the chicken. Like,
but like that's how you start. So if you just do.
No, I never got past that.
Well, you just
I need directions.
do it once, not at 425.
Well, look,
Usually
we
I
can
do
cook
400, but I was like, maybe 425 is the right call.
Okay, all
I
I'm
didn't even know that
saying.
was too hot.
All I'm saying is 425 is when you want something simple, cooked in like I don't even say cooked, just broiled. You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted it
You
done.
want it like gone in 60 seconds.
Instapot would have worked great.
And I set the alarm for 60 minutes. Like
That's
the
when
timer.
you use an Instapot. You have
Yeah.
one? Did you say
No,
you
I
have
don't
one?
have
You
one. Scare me. I'm afraid the top's gonna blow off.
Oh, okay.
Like this is me. Like I can't cook.
Well,
That's awesome. I will say, so when we were engaged, I had a bridal shower that was like kitchen themed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like it was designed to be like kitchen type gifts, and then there was a recipe thing where people wrote in their like favorite recipes so that I could have them and use them and everything. You know, great. My sister-in-law wrote in like her recipe was step 1, go to Wendy's. Step 2, order a number 1. I like it with honey mustard. And I was like, actually, this is awesome.
well, now,
Like this was my favorite one.
Yeah, it's the easiest. I like to cook and I cook a lot, but just maybe within this week, I think I set a pan on fire and decided to take it outside, and the whole house was smoke. Like, and then it was just nuts.
Have you seen those new fire blankets that they've come out with? That apparently it's supposed to be like better for kitchen fires than, because you know kitchen fires are like the most common cause of fire.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be better than a fire extinguisher.
Really?
It's just this blanket that you just can like throw over your stove or like whatever's on fire, and it apparently takes them out really quick.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to do water on like a grease fire, right?
Like,
Like,
right. And
so that's what it was, a grease fire.
The whole like
Salt.
idea is that you're
Baking
not
soda.
supposed to like have to question what you're supposed to do, because that like
Yeah.
moment of
Right.
stop and be like, am I
that's
supposed to
what
have
I
water?
did.
Am I supposed to get a fire extinguisher?
Yeah,
what do I do? You
Where
just
did I
like
put this damn
throw a
blanket?
Well, no, it has like an attachment where you like hook it onto a cabinet, like hook it onto the side of the cabinets or something with like command looking strips, so it's just
I need
like
to look
ready
into
to
that.
go.
I need to look into that. So I was like,
So I thought.
Kristen! He was like, what? And I was like, it was in a, what's those, that you cook Japanese, the food in the wok, a wok. It was on a wok. So it was like a big ass fire.
So
That
you
blanket
were-
would have been nice. Oh,
You
yeah.
were cooking then if you were using a wok.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, those are,
LB
yes.
actually cooks. This is what we've learned.
Yeah.
Yes, for
We have
sure.
a couple of walks too.
Yeah.
I don't have a wok.
They are
Never use
good.
them.
They're good and deep. You can, like, really.
I thought I was doing something yesterday when I made fried egg sandwiches with hoop cheese. So, like,
What is hoop cheese?
it's like cheap cheese.
What
I don't know
is
if it's cheap cheese.
Is it like,
cheese?
I call it slimy cheese.
Is it in the shape of a hoop?
No,
I'm
it's like a triangle of cheese that has like the red rind around it.
I don't think that's cheap. The cheap is the slimy cheese. The
What is
individually
slimy
wrapped
cheese?
slimy cheese.
Hoop cheese.
Are you
is
talking
the
about
best.
American cheese?
The
Like Kraft
cheese?
singles?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
not
want
what
to
I'm
eat
talking
slimy
about.
cheese.
No, like
Right? Do you guys like Kraft
Oh,
cheese?
yeah. Kraft
Oh,
singles.
yeah.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I don't care
To make
for
a grilled
per
cheese,
se,
what are you
but-
going to do? You don't eat cheese?
I mean, pizza and queso. Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't
not,
want slimy cheese. I will get like legit cheese.
A block of cheese and shred it.
Yeah, I don't do the work, but we will get like we will get like
But
the
that's
cheese that is
slimy.
cut. It's not slimy.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
like,
right.
It's like the
The
whatever.
block of cheese.
Yeah, but it's already done for me.
Oh.
I will not eat the slimy cheese.
Okay.
I'm just
so
what
far
is
I've learned that
slimy
you don't
cheese?
cook and you don't clean. What do you do?
You know what? She works really hard.
That really is my life. You guys think that really is my life. I put everything I have into work, and then I get home and I'm done.
I feel like that's Preston. And then we have 2 little kids, and then sorry, dude. And when I picked you up, I was like, "Hey, y'all go bike ride?" Because they have bikes in there.
Oh, nice.
Garages.
No, I got a bike probably 7 years ago. My mom got me, and I've rode it once.
I have a bike.
Y'all could go on bike rides together.
Yeah, I rode it once, and the kids ride it now.
There you go.
If they are made to go on a bike ride.
Do you not like it?
I don't like physical exertion. Like I just don't. This is my kind of night.
Same. Don't get it twisted.
Like I really have to want to do something.
Yeah.
To do it. Like I can say, oh, it'd be nice to lose some weight and like start exercising, but I know I don't want to, so I know I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, so take out work. What would be your perfect day?
What I do every weekend, which is nothing. I just sit and binge watch shows.
So it would be wake up.
But that's
late.
really like your perfect day, though.
Right.
Not just like the days you enjoy the most. We're saying like what would be your ideal day?
Yeah, like with not even thinking about spending money, not even thinking about like anything. Just like when you woke up, like
I don't even know. Honestly, I really don't know.
Would you sleep in or sleep late?
No.
Ideally, like if you
no, because even when because I don't have to, like Dustin's 15. There's nothing that it says I have to wake up at 4:30, but I wake up at 4:30 because I'm old, and like my body has told me now I have to go to bed by 9. Like I have been yawning because this past my bedtime. Okay, I'm in bed by 9 typically, and I'm up by like 4:30.
Okay,
every morning.
Okay,
because I just can't.
Do you drink coffee?
Physically, yes.
So do you hate waking up that early?
No, I don't mind it because everyone's asleep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's nice.
Okay, so we're starting out with your ideal days, waking up at 4 with no pressure, like that's what you want to do. And you're gonna get your coffee, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I get to play my game.
Okay, what game?
Myself. Are
you doing this still in bed?
No. I get out.
You get out of bed.
Yeah.
And go where? Where's your favorite place in the house?
My seat in the chair.
Okay. Nice.
We have 2 couches.
Do y'all have like specific seats? Like if like everybody knows where?
Yeah. Nobody. Even the dogs know.
Yeah. Yeah. See, in our house, like nobody has a specific spot.
Oh, y'all just switch it up? Really?
Isn't that wild? That it blows my
wild.
mind. I'm like, yeah, no, because it's just a crazy house.
No, I mean we have specific spots we like sit at our table to eat every morning, every night. Like
sun seat.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, it would be if we did it like a routine.
I'm head of the table.
Yeah.
I am my spot when we're in the living room because it's right in front of the TV.
Okay.
And I've got my thing right here. Like I'm very demanding.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
So you would have if you're demanding, you have an ideal day.
I mean, I guess
you could have one.
I do. It's just like most people would look at it like, what is she doing? She's wasting a day doing nothing, binge watching TV shows. But I am perfectly content. I'm very much an introvert. If I didn't have to leave the house, I wouldn't. When we were in COVID, 3 months, I never saw the light of day.
Yeah.
Never even went in my backyard.
Yeah.
And finally, I was just like, I have to make myself because I will never know what it is to be outside again.
Yeah.
Like I had to force myself just to walk outside, and I was perfectly content.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, Matt, on the other hand, constantly has to go. Has to do.
How'd you get groceries? Do you have them delivered?
I don't know. Matt probably went and got them. I didn't leave the house.
See, that would be nice.
I did nothing.
No, I have to leave the house. I get really bad cabin fever.
See, I'm like
if we don't go out for breakfast, I'm like, well, okay, so we need to start planning when we are leaving because I've been here too long.
Yeah. No, yeah. Don't get me like. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it.
Now that's with kids. If I was by myself,
that's what we're talking. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Just be like. I will say, like, when I had COVID, that was pretty great because I just had to, like, stay in the bedroom.
Yeah.
That was great.
God, I know.
I mean,
I almost died, but it was great.
It sucked because I was sick, but I just stayed in bed and I just, like, binged watched Netflix until Tom tested positive for COVID. And then I was like, well, I guess we're coming out now. Now we need to, like, tag team the kids. And shockingly, they never got COVID. So,
isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So one of my New Year's resolutions was to not lay in bed all day.
Okay.
Because, like, especially if Piper's at her dad's for the weekend, like, that's the best day. Just laying in bed all day, like, watching my phone, getting mad if somebody calls me, just wanting to be in my spot. But I think, like, one of the things I said around New Year's is I'm going to get up at 8 o'clock. Like, if it's a weekend, like, I have to be out of bed by 8 o'clock, like, up and doing something, which makes me productive. Because if I lay in bed past 8 o'clock, I will not be productive at all.
So that's a want, though. I mean, you don't want to be in bed all day. You want to get up and be productive.
Well, if I were left to my own devices, no, I would be lazy as hell. But, like, things have to happen. Like, the apartment has to get cleaned. Piper has to eat. Like, I have to wash clothes. I have to do stuff.
Right. You're saying, like, every action isn't like, I want to take this action, but the end result is a result you want.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to take the actions to get the results you want, even if you don't enjoy every specific action.
Because I don't have a map.
Yeah. I don't think anyone has a map. He's definitely one of a kind.
Yeah. I think I just listen to what my body and mind tell me to do, like, and I give myself, like, I want to lay in bed, which I can't. But, like, my idea the day, if you ask me this question, I guess, like
5 years from now.
Yeah. Or even, like, 2 different days of this month. I might say my ideal day is to be in bed and have things brought to me and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then next time it could be like, well, I want to get out and, you know, see what, well, you know, I don't know, like, get in good weather or whatever. But I just, like, really listen to, like, but I spend a lot of time trying to figure out what that.
Yeah.
But there's things you have to do. But that's such a different question. Like, what is your perfect day? And you take all those things out. Like, take out money, take out kids, take out time, take out whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, like, what would your ideal day be like? I just think it's an interesting question to ask people. It's like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm with you. I think that, like, it would very much depend on, you know, when you asked me.
Yeah, like being burned out at work, yeah, you're gonna lay in bed all day for sure. You're not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
But if you are not burned out, you have more energy.
And like when I am burned out at work, I have that tendency to just stay in bed all weekend, but it just makes the burned out at work worse.
Yeah, like you're like suppressing or avoiding it or
yes, like if I don't like get up and do stuff, it makes me feel so unproductive and emotionally. It just makes the whole work thing worse. So if I'm up and productive, I feel like a person and do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and then I think it makes you feel like you have more control over everything. So like if you don't get up and don't do anything, you know, you're just kind of like letting everything happen to you is like more of the mindset. And then that makes all the work stuff feel worse because it's like, oh, well, you're letting all that happen to you too. Whereas if like you get up and do it, you're like, well, I tried to do something about it. You know, like,
right.
Even if you didn't succeed, you're like, well, I tried. Everyone else is wrong, but
I tried to do it. Yeah, totally.
And to get that accomplishment, like where you may not at work, even if it's like folding a shirt.
Oh yeah, I had to make a deal with myself today just to get laundry done. I haven't done laundry in like
what was your deal?
3 weeks. It was like, okay, I'm binge watching my show. I cannot watch another show until I put my laundry up. And, like, I have to get this done before I can do the thing that I really want to do.
Right.
And I make a deal with myself so that I do it. Otherwise, I won't.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think, like, you have to negotiate with yourself like you're a toddler. Like, that's how everybody is. And so you think that, like, is only, like, when you're raising toddlers. Like, you have, like, okay, well, you want a Hershey's Kiss. You have to go do this. So, like, you know, you want to watch another episode of Bluey. Like, you got to do this. But, like, honestly, we're all like that. We're all driven.
I mean, I'm like an adult. I can sit here and do that if I want to. But in my head, I still make that deal with myself.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're like, well, I told myself I would do it, so.
Right.
I've done that before. Like, if there's a show I want to watch and I want to binge watch it, like, I will make myself watch an episode, then I have to go take the dog on a walk, and then I can watch another episode, and then I have to go take the dog on a walk. Like, you have to do
to get
something.
To the next
point. I have before made, like, a deal with a series of, like, well, I can only watch the show while I'm on the exercise bike. If I'm not on the exercise bike, I can't watch that show.
Yeah.
So, like, all right, you want to binge watch it? That's great.
Yeah, but like, multitask.
Yeah.
So,
but, like, you got to be working out while you do it. And so, I mean, I think that's just, like, how to form habits, too, right? As, like, they say, pair something you don't like with something you do like. So, if you want to make sure you take a vitamin every day, put the vitamins on your coffee maker. So, you're pairing, you know, something you already do and enjoy with something you're trying to make yourself do.
But it sucks. Adulting sucks so bad.
So bad.
Yeah. Biggest scam.
Biggest scam. Biggest scam.
thought I was gonna get somewhere one day.
Yeah. I feel like it's just like swimming through syrup, right?
Oh, yes.
Like occasionally it'll taste good, but most of the time it's just
You gotta hold on to the sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. That is the best version I've heard.
Seriously, sometimes you're like, man, this is awesome, but most of the time you're like, man, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fighting an uphill
kids,
battle.
they
I can't get through it.
Wish for it.
Like,
Hope for it. Can't wait for it.
I can remember as a kid thinking like,
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, I'm going to be an adult and no
we
one's
all
going to be able
wanted
to
it.
tell me what to do.
Right.
Like,
All
it's
I
awesome.
want is someone to tell me what to do.
And to have nap time.
And not have to make a friggin' decision to save my
I
life.
swear, like, do you know how often I'm like, well, we really need an adultier adult to figure this out? Like, like there's some higher power of adult that will make this decision for me or like figure out what to do there.
An
It doesn't
adultier
happen.
adult.
An adult
It does not
adult.
happen.
Like we need an adultier
Like,
adult to
well.
get out of this situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Turns out we're the adults.
And you know, like, you think, like, when you were, like, when I was, like, Piper's age, I thought my parents were, like, old.
I know.
And, like, knew what they were doing. Apparently, they did not know what they were doing
I thought
at
everybody
all.
knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No one knew what they were doing.
No one.
I swear, we all thought like you turned like 23 and suddenly like the book of life is handed to you. And instead, we just all had kids and were issued the Pottery Barn chairs and nothing else.
Good luck.
Is somebody out there? Tell me what to do.
What do you do?
Hey sippers, this is Nikki. Thanks for sipping with us on this episode. Our glasses are empty and so is our time. Stay tuned for more and remember to like, subscribe, and follow to catch us again. Until next time, cheers to low expectations.